January 1, 2019, Pasadena, CA, USA. Ohio State Buckeyes quarterback Dwayne Haskins, 7, celebrates on the podium after the Ohio State Buckeyes defeated the Washington Huskies in the 2019 Rose Bowl at Rose Bowl Stadium. Mandatory credit, Gary A. Vasquez-USA TODAY Sports, Gary A. Vasquez, the Giants should do all the due diligence necessary as they mull whether it's worth selecting Ohio State quarterback Dwayne Haskins with the no. 6th pick in the draft, or whether they should move up to take him as the eventual successor to Eli Manning. But before they can get face-to-face time with him, the Giants can get a feel for Haskins' intellect in a video of him breaking down film for the Big Ten Network. The December video shows Haskins breaking down film of the Buckeyes' win over rival Michigan before they played Northwestern in the Big Ten championship game. While discussing a completion to receiver Paris Campbell, Haskins explains why he moved to his left after setting his feet shortly after the snap, noting Michigan's use of stunts and twists left a gap to his left as he felt pressure. "I don't see it, I just feel it. I can feel a heavy pass rush to my right side and I feel not as much pressure to the left. So I find the dead spot in the pocket to get a good angle to find Paris so he can see me," Haskins says. "So I'm moving to my left and I wait until Paris shows me his eyes, cause I don't want to throw him by surprise with a fast pass. So I'm waiting until he gives me his eyes, buy him some time on the route and then it's right there when he turns around." Haskins, who has shown his love for the Giants, confirms that his move left was not only to avoid the rush but to give Campbell time. "So a lot of stopping routes, coming back to the quarterback. When the receiver isn't looking at you, it's hard for them to get their hands up and their eyes up to look at the quarterback at the same time," he says. So he's running his route, he's worried about the defender, not me. He's trying to beat the pass rush because he has a time clock in his head. So he's worried about the pass rush, he's getting there, and I make it easy to catch it for him, wait until he gives me his eyes and his body language shows he's ready for the ball. That's when I throw it to him." Related, Ralph Vacchiano's mock NFL Draft 1.0 has Giants taking Manning's replacement greater than Reed. More related, former Giants RB talks Barkley vs. Darnold, says Dwayne Haskins would be game-changer greater than Reed. More Vacchiano, Giants, Jets should put egos aside and trade draft picks with each other greater than Reed. More when rumors broke on Monday stating the Cardinals were thinking about drafting Oklahoma QB Kyler Murray first overall, that left their 2018 first-rounder QB Josh Rosen's future up in the air. In turn, many speculated the Cardinals could thinking about trading Rosen if Murray is the man new head coach Cliff Kingsbury wants under center. ESPN's Adam Schefter furthered that conversation by pointing out Murray chose Eric Burkhart to be his agent, the same one that represents Kingsbury, but Kingsbury, who has been outspoken about Murray's talent in the past, cleared up the talks by saying, "Josh is our guy," on Tuesday. The Cardinals themselves wanted to end the rumors, posting the quote to their Twitter account. Jason Vinlove, Ralph Vacchiano, Facebook, Twitter, Archive, Kyler Murray, the electric Heisman Trophy winner and perhaps the most polarizing quarterback in this year's draft, officially committed to football over baseball on Monday. He needed to do that to convince an NFL team to draft him in the first round. And while he almost certainly won't end up as the Giants' quarterback, he could have an impact on who will. Right now, the NFL world seems mixed on Murray, mostly due to his height, which is listed at 5'10", even though most think he's really 1 or 2 inches smaller. New Arizona Cardinals coach Cliff Kingsbury once said Murray could be the no. 1 pick in the draft, before he was hired by the team with that pick, of course. Oakland Raiders coach John Gruden, who holds the number 4 pick, has seemed to be openly drooling over him at times. December 29, 2018, Miami Gardens, FL, USA, Oklahoma Sooners quarterback Kyler Murray, 1, looks on prior to the 2018 Orange Bowl college football playoff semifinal game at Hard Rock Stadium. Mandatory credit, John David Mercer USA Today Sports. John David Mercer, after weeks of speculation and a bizarre interview with Dan Patrick where he might as well have been replaced by a mime, Kyler Murray has made his choice. It's football, not baseball. Murray, who will be forfeiting more than $4 million that would have been coming from the Athletics, who picked him in the first round of the 2018 MLB draft, had recently announced he planned to attend the NFL Combine. And with spring training with the Athletics about to begin, and the team believing they were still in negotiations with him, Murray finally chose football. New York Giants running back Saquon Barkley celebrates after scoring a touchdown against the Washington Redskins in the second quarter at FedEx Field. Jeff Burke, USA Today Sports. The Saquon Barkley vs. Sam Darnold debate is never-ending, but former Giants running back Rashad Jennings is perplexed on why that is the case. Jennings, who played for the Giants from 2014 to 16, adamantly defended his former team's decision to take Barkley over Darnold in last year's NFL Draft. "The Giants 100% made the right decision," he told NJ.com last week. "Are you kidding me? You're on some real drugs if you think anything different." December 2, 2018, East Rutherford, NJ, USA. New York Giants wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. 13, scores a touchdown against the Chicago Bears during the third quarter at MetLife Stadium. Mandatory credit. Brad Penner, USA Today Sports. Brad Penner, forget browsing eBay for Odell Beckham Jr. memorabilia. Instead, you can have one of his dogs. Beckham's December-born puppies are up for adoption, according to New York Post's Amanda Woods. The names of the 10 pups are out of this world, literally. The female Spanish Mastiffs go by Venus, Orbit, Solar, Aurora, Luna, Star and Nova. The males are Ozone, Comet and Atom. November 25, 2018, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, USA. New York Giants wide receiver Odell Beckham, 13, and running back Saquon Barkley, 26, in the tunnel before game against Philadelphia Eagles at Lincoln Financial Field. Mandatory credit. Eric Hartline, USA Today Sports. Eric Hartline, as they do every year, Pro Football Focus released their top 101 players for the 2018 season, and 3 Giants made the cut. Leading the pack was Offensive Rookie of the Year in RB Saquon Barkley, who came in at No. 27 on the list. Barkley bursted onto the NFL scene without a hitch, becoming the 3rd rookie in NFL history to amass 2,000 yards or more from scrimmage. The list also points out this insane stat: Barkley led the NFL in missed tackles with 71 forced on this season, with 31 coming after the catch. Jason Vinlove, with NFL Combine participants released on Thursday, one name in particular stood out among the rest: Oklahoma QB Kyler Murray. Murray has to choose between entering the NFL or MLB, but there has not been any evidence he is leaning toward one or the other. The 21-year-old was a first-round pick by the A's in the 2018 draft, and they are waiting patiently to see what he does, with the Combine taking place from February 26 to March 4. Murray would have to miss a portion of A's spring training, where he is expected to report by Feb. 15. Ralph Vacchiano, Facebook, Twitter, archive. The Giants and Jets organizations don't like each other very much, which happens when teams share a stadium and a city. The Jets have long had an inferiority complex from feeling like New York's little brother. The Giants have never hid their feelings of superiority when it comes to the Jets. So neither franchise has ever been inclined to do anything that might even appear to help out the other, which is a huge part of the reason why the two have never made a trade. It might be time they get over those issues and their egos, though. Because a trade of draft picks between the Giants and Jets this year makes a whole lot of sense. New York Giants general manager Dave Gettleman speaks after being introduced during a news conference as team owner John Mara looks on. Friday, Dec. 29, 2017, in East Rutherford, NJ. Adam Hunger, AP. When ESPN's Todd McShay wrote his first mock draft in the middle of December, the Giants picked a quarterback with, at the time, the number 10 pick. Now that the draft order is solidified and New York has the 6th pick, he has New York picking that same quarterback. McShay predicts the Giants will draft Ohio State quarterback Dwayne Haskins over Heisman Trophy winner Kyler Murray to be Eli Manning's heir. Ralph Vacchiano, Facebook, Twitter, Archive. The Giants appear to be poised to take a quarterback early in this year's NFL draft, now that they're finally getting serious about finding Eli Manning's successor. Taking one with the 6th overall pick is definitely in play. They could draft one early in the second round, too. Here's a look at some of their possible choices. We are very excited to announce that we have a new commenting platform that we'll be launching on Thursday. SNY has partnered with Spot.im to bring you a more dynamic commenting experience across our website. In the process, we migrated your current Livefire user accounts and hundreds of thousands of comments to the new system. The look is slightly different than before, and we've added some great new features. You'll still be able to publish comments and follow conversations in real time. You'll continue to benefit from threaded conversations. And if you have notification settings enabled, you'll receive emails alerting you when others reply to one of your comments or mention you. August 9, 2018, East Rutherford, NJ, USA, New York Giants running back Jonathan Stewart, 28, carries the ball against the Cleveland Browns at MetLife Stadium. Mandatory credit, Vincent Carcietta, USA Today Sports. Vincent Carcietta. The Giants parted ways with veteran RB Jonathan Stewart on Wednesday, as SNY's Ralph Vacchiano confirmed the team would not exercise the second year of his contract. Stewart was due a $500,000 option bonus today, but by cutting him, the Giants don't have to dish that out. With the bonus, he would have been a $3.275 million cap hit this season. Now, the Giants have $3.025 million more in cap space to use this offseason. Many were confused when GM Dave Gettleman signed the 31-year-old Stewart this past offseason after seeing a decline with the Panthers in 2017. He was viewed more as a good locker presence than an expected playmaker for the team, especially after drafting rookie RB Saquon Barkley in the first round. New York Giants quarterback Eli Manning throws in the second quarter against the Tennessee Titans at MetLife Stadium. Robert Deutsch, USA Today Sports. Justin Tuck and Osiu Miniora have seen Eli Manning at the pinnacle of his career, both winning 2 Super Bowls with Manning as quarterback, so of course they still have faith that he can get the job done. Yet the Giants have a difficult decision to make with their 38-year-old quarterback and whether or not to draft his successor to either replace or learn from. Under Manning, Miniora, however, believes that while his former teammate may not be able to make some of the same throws as he could 10 years ago, the Giants should steer clear of drafting a quarterback and that Manning has years left. Ohio State Buckeyes quarterback Dwayne Haskins drops back in the pocket during the second quarter against the Penn State Nittany Lions at Beaver Stadium. Matthew O'Haron, USA Today Sports. Ralph Vacchiano, Facebook, Twitter, Archive. 2 years ago the Giants felt some urgency to find Eli Manning's heir apparent, and they gave some serious thought to taking a quarterback early in the 2017 draft. Last year, they didn't feel any urgency at all and let a lot of potential franchise quarterbacks slide right by. This year, there seems to be a sense of urgency again, which makes sense with Manning turning 38 years old and entering the final year of his contract. The Giants still don't have an answer to who their quarterback will be when Manning is finished. And they seemed to feel like the time to make that decision is now. Dave Gettleman, mandatory credit, Danielle Parhiskaran, USA Today Sports. Danielle Parhiskaran, Ralph Vacchiano, Facebook, Twitter, Archive. There are still nearly 3 months until the NFL draft, which means draft boards are only in their early stages and there is much scouting left to be done. Only a blurry picture has emerged of what the top 10 looks like. It will come into focus after the scouting combine in late February and the pro days throughout March. With both the Giants and Jets picking in the top 10, though, again, it's never too early to take a peek at what the top 10 might look like. 1. Arizona Cardinals, Nick Bosa, Ohio State, February 4, 2019, Atlanta, Georgia, USA. General overall view of the Mercedes-Benz Stadium exterior and the State Farm Arena. The venue is the home of the Atlanta Falcons and the site of Super Bowl 53 between the New England Patriots and the Los Angeles Rams. Mandatory credit, QB Today Sports, QB. It was the first Super Bowl that people outside the state of Nevada could bet on, and New Jersey was among them. But wasn't a profitable Sunday for the state. According to the Associated Press, sportsbooks operator in New Jersey saw $34.9 million in wagers, but they lost $4.6 million after having to pay out $39.5 million to winners. That means there were a lot of Patriots fans in New Jersey, who beat the Rams 13-3 with a -2.5 spread. Despite the paybacks, Joe Asher, CEO of William Hill US, which runs 3 total sportsbooks in New Jersey, saw the day as a success. He said Sunday was by far our biggest day ever in New Jersey in terms of handle. It was really good. Ralph Vacchiano, Facebook, Twitter, archive. The Giants never once looked like a threat to make Super Bowl 53, and it's hard to envision them right now as a threat to make Super Bowl 54 either. They have so much work to do just to become a winning team again. Right now even a playoff berth feels far away. Their work towards the 2019 season has already begun, of course, and beginning on Monday they are free to start reshaping their roster. There will be some cuts and restructured contracts in the next few weeks, as the Giants get ready for the opening of NFL free agency on March 13th. Here are some of the biggest decisions they face. New England Patriots quarterback Tom Brady celebrates after a Patriots touchdown against the Los Angeles Rams during the fourth quarter of Super Bowl 53 at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Jason Getz, USA Today Sports. Sony Michel scored the tie-breaking touchdown with 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter to help the Patriots beat the Rams 13-3 in Super Bowl 53, the lowest-scoring Super Bowl in NFL history, on Sunday. Michel's 2-yard rush capped a 5-play, 69-yard drive orchestrated by Tom Brady to break a 3-3 tie. Julian Edelman totaled 10 catches for 141 yards, while Brady threw for 262 yards and an interception for his 6th championship in his career. Stephen Gostkowski's 41-yard field goal with 1:12 remaining made it a 2-possession game. Vacchiano talks Saquon and Roy. 0 hours 1 minute and 43 seconds. SNY NFL insider Ralph Vacchiano talks Saquon Barkley winning Rookie of the Year, as the Giants still face second guesses about drafting him. Ralph Vacchiano, Facebook, Twitter, archive. For most of the season, Saquon Barkley was running away with this award. A late push by Cleveland Browns quarterback Baker Mayfield, though, made it a very close contest. And while it's hard to argue with voting for the quarterback who somewhat resurrected the Browns, and who was outstanding at perhaps the toughest position in sports, this award went to the right person. Barkley, the Giants' 21-year-old running back, was the best offensive rookie in the NFL this year. His numbers certainly prove that: 1,307 rushing yards, 91 catches for 721 receiving yards, making him just the 3rd rookie in NFL history to have 2,000 yards from scrimmage. Add in 15 touchdowns and the fact that he did it behind an offensive line that was terrible at times, on a team that was a miserable 1-7 for the first half of the season, and his credentials glow even more. Ralph Vacchiano, Facebook, Twitter, archive. The Giants have no regrets about GM Dave Gettleman's decision to pass on several potential franchise quarterbacks to take Saquon Barkley with the 2nd pick in last year's draft. Gettleman still believes Barkley is a gold jacket player. The Giants have no doubt he made the right call. Around the league, though, it seems the jury is still out. Offensive Rookie of the Year winner Saquon Barkley of the New York Giants during media availabilities for the NFL Honors Show at the Fox Theater. QB, USA Today Sports. It's official, Saquon Barkley as the AP Offensive Rookie of the Year. The Giants running back won the award Saturday night, beating out Browns quarterback Baker Mayfield 26.5 votes to 21.5 votes. Colts offensive guard Quentin Nelson placed 3rd with 2 votes. Ralph Vacchiano, Facebook, Twitter, archive. On Saturday morning, a small group of NFL media members will huddle in a room in Atlanta and spend hours debating the merits of the 15 Pro Football Hall of Fame finalists. They will try to sell each other on their preferred candidates, make the case for each of them for Canton, before eventually settling on a final group of 5 modern-day inductees. Someday in the not-so-distant future, maybe around 2025 or 2026, a similar group will be debating the Hall of Fame credentials of Giants quarterback Eli Manning. He's a virtual lock to be included on the list of 15 finalists immediately as soon he's eligible. But there remains a good chance that his Hall of Fame candidacy will die right there. November 14, 2016, East Rutherford, NJ, USA, former New York Giants head coach Tom Coughlin speaks during his New York Giants Ring of Honor induction ceremony during the first half at MetLife Stadium. Mandatory credit, Ed Mulholland, USA Today Sports, Ed Mulholland, Ralph Bacchiano, Facebook, Twitter, archives sometime on Saturday. Kevin Mulway, a longtime fixture at center for the Jets, will learn whether he's finally been selected for the Pro Football Hall of Fame. It'll be tough, since there are 3 other offensive linemen on the list of 15 finalists. But if he does get the call, the honor would be overdue. He's not the only former Jet or Giant for whom that honor is overdue, of course. Nor is he the only one who figures to be enshrined someday soon. Here's a look at 5 New York football icons who deserve their spot in Canton, and the chances of whether they'll ever actually get their bust. Why Saquon Barkley should be Roy. 0 hours 0 minutes and 45 seconds. New York Giants running back Saquon Barkley shined during an epic rookie campaign. Just how good was he? Here are the historic numbers. As the masses pack into the Fox Theater in Atlanta on Saturday for the NFL Honors Ceremony, Giants rookie RB Saquon Barkley will walk in a favorite to win the Offensive Rookie of the Year award. But unlike Patrick Mahomes, Barkley isn't a lock to win the award he is nominated for. Browns QB Baker Mayfield is also in the running, and some believe he has a great chance to stand on stage with the trophy at the end of the day. The PFWA already named Mayfield its overall Rookie of the Year earlier this offseason, with Barkley winning the Offensive Rookie of the Year, which basically serves as a runner-up. However, the fan-voted Pepsi Rookie of the Year went to no. 26, evening the odds. January 1, 2019, Pasadena, CA, USA, Ohio State Buckeyes quarterback Dwayne Haskins, 7, throws a pass against the Washington Huskies the 2019 Rose Bowl at the Rose Bowl. Ohio State defeated Washington 28-23. Mandatory credit, Kirby Lee. USA Today Sports, Kirby Lee. Dwayne Haskins certainly is not shy about his desire to play with the Giants. The Ohio State quarterback grew up watching the Giants and would have no problem assuming a role behind Eli Manning as a backup if he were to be selected by the team he rooted for as a child. I would love it, he said, for Tom Rock of Newsday. I grew up watching Eli Manning back when he had Jeremy, Shockey and Amani, Toomer and Plaxico Burress. I loved that team. December 30, 2018, East Rutherford, NJ, USA, New York Giants running back Saquon Barkley, 26, celebrates after scoring a touchdown against the Dallas Cowboys during the fourth quarter at MetLife Stadium. Mandatory credit, Brad Penner. USA Today Sports. Brad Penner, even after a season in which Saquon Barkley set rookie records and put himself in position to win Offensive Rookie of the Year, the question remains, was passing on a quarterback the right move for the Giants? Barkley continues to have to answer this question and did so again this week leading up to the Super Bowl, on the rap sheet. Mandatory credit, Kirby Lee. USA Today Sports. Kirby Lee. The NFL will reveal the AP Offensive Rookie of the Year on Saturday, and the 2 candidates have decided to make things interesting. Giants running back Saquon Barkley and Browns quarterback Baker Mayfield have a friendly wager on the award. Barkley told Mary Kay Cabot of the Cleveland Plain Dealer that the loser must buy the winner at Jane. September 30, 2018, East Rutherford, NJ, USA, New York Giants wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. 13, dances before a game against New Orleans Saints at MetLife Stadium. Mandatory credit, Brad Penner. USA Today Sports. Brad Penner, Odell Beckham Jr. did something nice for the woman that raised him on Thursday, ahead of LAII Super Bowl festivities in Atlanta. The 3-time Pro Bowler surprised his mom with a new car. Beckham's mom, Heather Van Norman, shrieked when she saw the Bo-Rap 2019 Mercedes-Benz G-Class. New York Giants wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. makes a reception past Philadelphia Eagles cornerback Devontae Bosby during the first quarter at Lincoln Financial Field. Bill Stryker, USA Today Sports. Two different sportsbooks believe the Giants are in the middle of the pack among all NFL teams to win Super Bowl 54. The Giants, according to BetDSI Sportsbook, are at 55/1 odds to win the Super Bowl next season, which is relatively close to what the sportsbook BetOnline.ag listed them as, 40/1. 55/1, the Giants have the 20th best odds among all NFL teams, according to BetDSI. The Rams are the NFL favorites at 15/2 odds, while the Chiefs and Patriots are both at 8/1 odds. The Dolphins have the worst odds at 300/1. New York Giants running back Saquon Barkley scores a touchdown against the Washington Redskins in the second quarter at FedEx Field. Jeff Burke, USA Today Sports. Giants running back Saquon Barkley was featured in a Visa commercial alongside quarterback Eli Manning back in November. Perhaps he may get another spot during the Super Bowl. Creative Artists Agency, CAA, which represents Barkley, posted a behind-the-scenes video on Twitter of Barkley salsa dancing in a future Visa commercial. New York Giants' Dave Gettleman speaks to reporters during a press conference ahead of next week's NFL football draft, Thursday, April 19, 2018, in East Rutherford, NJ. The Giants have the second overall pick in the draft, scheduled to start on April 26 at it. AP photo, Julio Cortez, AP. If Dwayne Haskins is on the board when the Giants make their pick in the upcoming NFL draft and the team wants a quarterback with the pick, would they really pass on him? NFL.com's first mock has the Giants doing just that, selecting Duke QB Daniel Jones instead and letting Haskins slip to the Buccaneers at No. 7. Jones, 21, completed 237 of 392 passes, 60.5% for 2,674 yards with 22 touchdowns and 9 interceptions in 11 games last season for Duke. December 30, 2018, East Rutherford, NJ, USA. New York Giants quarterback Eli Manning, 10, leaves the field after losing to the Dallas Cowboys 36-35 at MetLife Stadium. Mandatory credit, Danielle Parhiskaran / NorthJersey.com via USA Today Network. Danielle Parhiskaran. Phil Simms wants to see QB Eli Manning take the field for the Giants on opening day. He also wants Manning's mystery successor taking notes on Big Blue's sideline. Speaking at a CBS Super Bowl press conference on Tuesday, Simms made it clear New York should spend the next few months planning to draft its next franchise quarterback, and sooner rather than later, they're gonna draft a quarterback this year, Simms said, per New York Post's Steve Serby. I think they should. Time to do it. Eli could handle it. We drafted Dave Brown the first round of the 1992 supplemental draft when I was with the Giants. It worked out all right. We were great friends. We learned to work together and hung out together and it was awesome. Dave Gettleman. Mandatory credit, Danielle Parhiskaran. USA Today Sports. Danielle Parhiskaran. With less than 3 months to go until the 2019 NFL Draft, Sports Illustrated's Callan Collar's updated mock draft shows high hopes for the Giants' next franchise quarterback. It's been over a month since SI's last mock draft, before Dwayne Haskins led Ohio State to a Rose Bowl title with a 28-23 win over Washington. A week later, Haskins erased the question marks by foregoing his final season of eligibility for the Buckeyes and declaring for the NFL Draft. Now, SI has the Giants selecting Haskins in the first round as their No. 6 overall pick on Thursday, April 25 at 8 p.m., the first day of the draft, January 28, 2018, Orlando, Florida, USA. Los Angeles Rams offensive tackle Andrew Whitworth, 77, against the AFC in the 2018 NFL Pro Bowl at Camping World Stadium. Mandatory credit, Aaron Doster. USA Today Sports. Aaron Doster.